What's good, Washington fans? Nothing's good right now, to be honest. But, we got blown out. We basically got skunked. We got skunked at one point. It was 21-0 at one point. And then we finally did score, and Dustin Hopkins had the crazy onside kick. That was probably the best part of the game, honestly. That was probably play the game between the Gibson screenplay and Heineke diving to the end zone. That was really it. Those were the only positive plays I saw today from the Washington football team. That is it. I mean, we let Mitchell Trubisky come in there and get a couple of first downs. Like, this man ran for like a 20-yard first down. I think he threw for a first down. Our defense is not living up to the hype. It's a problem, man. I'm really concerned about this Falcons game coming up next week. I really am. Chase Young and Montez Sweat, before the season, they said they're going to chase the sack record. We got an elite defense. It's nowhere to be found right now. Seriously, there's nowhere to be found. Chase Young, he's my guy. He said, don't be a fan later. I'm always going to be a fan, win, lose, or draw. You already know what it is, but it's looking bad, man. Jack Del Rio, him and Chase Young, I think they were arguing on the sideline or whatever. The fans in Buffalo were very disrespectful. Brandon Sheriff runs into the wall and gets a wind knocked out of him. They throw a beer at his head. I mean, it was just a terrible game. I mean, the Buffalo fans are just disrespectful. But we got our butts kicked, man. Josh Allen, I said he had two really bad games. And I was like, man, I really hope this is not a breakout game for him. And this man, he did whatever he felt like. He had a field day on the Wall Street. He put on a clinic. He really did. He did whatever he felt like doing. The running back, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Emmanuel Sanders looked like the Emmanuel Sanders from years ago. I mean, he was cooking. Stephon Diggs had a solid day. Cole Beasley did whatever he felt like doing. Gabriel Davis had a couple nights. Dawson Knox, even though he pushed off, he had a good day. Their whole offense had a good day. They ran a field day. This was a measuring stick game, right? This showed where we really are right now. This was a measuring stick game, like Ron Rivera said. It surely was a measuring stick for this Washington football team, for this defense right now. Kendall Fuller got burnt every time, burnt toast, looking like, it really looked like Josh Norman out there. That's how bad he was. That's how bad he's been these first three games. He's been getting torched for first downs continuously. Will Jackson, he had a pass interference call. I thought it was debatable. It is what it is on that. Landon Collins got beat for one of the first touchdowns. I want to say it was to Emmanuel Sanders because he was wearing number 1 on the sideline. So the defense is abysmal. It really is. This defense is abysmal. Whenever we play good quarterbacks or a top 15 quarterback, we struggle. Last year, we played a lot of backup quarterbacks. I still think the defense was good last year, but we played a lot of backup quarterbacks. We played a lot of backup offensive tackles, and this defense is getting exposed, man. If the front four doesn't get home, we're getting torched right now. We're getting torched. Jerron Payne, I thought he had a solid game. I thought he was the best one out of the whole defensive line. Montez Sweat tried a little bit to get back there, but still wasn't getting back there. Chase Young, he just has to do something different. He cannot do a speed rush to the outside every time. Every time I saw him, it looked like he was going to the outside. Every time. You got to do a spin move, switch it out, counter move, something. And it looks the same way in the Giants game, too. He was doing the same move, going to the outside. Josh Allen or Daniel Jones would flush, step up in the pocket, move up, either scramble for 10 yards or move up in the pocket and throw it for a first down over the middle. The middle of the field was wide open every time. It was 3rd and 15 in the first half. And I was like, you know what? Hey, let's get a stop. Let's build some momentum. I think it was the first drive of the game. They had a 75-yard drive. They marched down the field on every drive. They had a 95-yard drive, touchdown drive in the game as well. Defense is trash. Jack Del Rio, he's really looking like Greg. He's looking no better than Greg Minuski right now. That's how bad it is right now. Taylor Heineke, I guess we'll get to Taylor Heineke, his performance. I thought he had some moments, but there were some times where he threw some really bad throws. He threw 2 bad interceptions where he kept running around. I thought he should have just kept running. He had a what's the penalty called when you go over the line of scrimmage? Over the line of scrimmage penalty, where I thought he should have just kept running on that. He threw that, and then the following play, he runs around and dances around in the pocket again, and then he throws the interception. And then he got one. Did he get 2 called back or just 1 called back? I know 1 got called back. There was like 3 penalties on one play. That one got called back, and I think he had another one that got called back as well. So he didn't have his best game. Now look, I'm a Taylor Heineke fan. I still like Taylor Heineke, Bud Lighty and all that. He's going to have his ups and downs. Just like Scott Turner said, hey, an undrafted free agent quarterback, small guy like him coming out of ODU, he can have 5 good games and 1 bad game and everybody gives up on him. He's had 3 good games. He's actually had 4 good games. He's had a good game against Tampa, had a good game against the Giants, had a good half against the Chargers, had a good half against the Panthers. So I think, honestly, I don't want to see Kyle Allen. Don't want to see him. I think we already know what we're going to get from Kyle Allen. There's really no point of putting him in because it's going to be either it's going to be the same or worse. I really think it's just going to be worse than Taylor Heineke. So I would just let Heineke play out whatever happens. This Falcons game is huge. It is huge next week. This Falcons game is huge. We play the Saints, who look good today. And then I think we play the Chiefs after the Falcons. So the schedule gets even tougher. We play even better quarterbacks. Jameis Winston's okay. Matt Ryan is a good quarterback. He's okay. He's an okay quarterback. He's a top 18, top 15. Matt Ryan's a top 15 quarterback. You can definitely say they get Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts. They got some weapons, so they could definitely beat us. They beat the Giants today. But to get back to this game, Taylor Heineke, like I said, the screen pass, Antonio Gibson, that was a good play. He had a connection with and the fumble by Logan Thomas. That really killed us. There were some points in the game where we definitely could have stayed in the football game in the beginning of the game. But, of course, we made some bonehead plays. That was just a good play by Tre'Davious White, punching the football out of Logan Thomas's hands. That was a good play. 3rd and 15, can't let that happen. The J.D. McKissick pass interference call, I thought that was a bad call. That was a questionable call. That definitely killed the drive for us. I think we went 3rd and 3 and out on that drive. Ron Rivera challenged a play, a 4th and 1, or was a 3rd and 1. He thought we got the first down. That was a bad challenge. We clearly did not get the first down. I thought, honestly, we should have went for it because our defense is so bad. We were on our 30 or 40-yard line to the point where I was like, we might as well go for it because even when we punted the ball, they still came down and scored. That's how bad our defense is. It's to the point where it's like, hey, if there's even a debate on going for it, we should just go for it. That's how bad our defense has been. Now, the Taylor Heineke, that 4th and 1 where we did go for it, we were down by 3 scores anyway. So it wasn't as bad as the Case Keenum where I'm gonna throw the ball over or try to hold the ball over the line and get the first down. It wasn't that bad. But Heineke he went straight up and then he bounced outside and Matt Milano was right there. So that was terrible. We lost 2 yards on a 4th and 1 quarterback dive. That was terrible. St. Juice, he got away with a pass interference. He definitely tackled Stephon Diggs. That was in the first half. My notes are kind of all over the place because the game was so bad. I kind of tuned out in the 3rd quarter. We were down by at least 2 scores. Antonio Gibson with a nice screen pass. That was beautiful. Logan Thomas, that fumble was terrible. Will Jackson, that pass interference, I thought that was very debatable when in the first half, in the early stages in the game, that first quarter, I thought that was very debatable. I thought it was a debatable call. It is what it is. Zach Moss, he definitely cooked John Bostic. That was in my notes. He did like a shifty move, and John Bostic didn't know where he was. He was lost in the sauce. Dawson Knox, I thought he pushed off. I thought it was a debatable call as well. And I thought he was out of bounds on that touchdown as well. I really did. But I'm not blaming this game on the refs. They beat us fair and square. They really did. They beat it. They were the better team today. Josh Allen was the better quarterback. Their defense was the better defense. Their offense was the better offense. Their offensive line held up our defensive line. We didn't get any push. We didn't get any pressure on Josh Allen. He got the ball out quick. They beat us. They taught us a lesson. Sean McDermott taught Ron Rivera a lesson. Ron Rivera asked Sean McDermott for tips and advice on how to build a roster. I hope Ron Rivera learned a lesson today. Jamin Davis had a big 4th down stop. I thought he played well in that first half. Didn't really watch much of the second half, to be honest, but I wasn't fully locked in on the game in the second half. I was just doing other stuff because it was so bad. Taylor Heineke, bad interception. Dustin Hopkins, that was a beautiful. I got to give Dustin Hopkins his credit. That was the best thing that Dustin Hopkins has done so far in his career. Seriously, that was a beautiful. Shout out to Nate Katzer, the special teams coordinator. That was a beautiful play. Like, it surprised me. I was like, wow, seriously, we just did a 90-yard offensive kick, basically. Onside kick. Onside kick. Kendall Fuller got cooked by Emmanuel Sanders. That was in my notes as well. He got sizzled and got burnt really bad by Emmanuel Sanders, and that was bad. I mean, they did whatever they feel like doing. Kendall Fuller's a liability right now. He's not that same guy. He's just not that guy. He's not that guy, pal, from when he was here with the Washington football team the first time he was here at that elite slot corner. He's just not that guy right now. Taylor Heineke almost threw an interception. I talked about De'Ami Brown, Cam Sims, both had back-to-back drops. I'm a De'Ami Brown fan. I am a Cam Sims fan. Cam Sims was my X Factor pick. I thought J.D. McKissick did some good things here and there. I forgot to talk about him. Jared Patterson, the Buffalo homecoming, didn't get the football at all. I don't even think he got a carry. I'm going to look at the stats real quick, but he didn't get involved in the game. I thought we were running the ball fairly well in the first half, but some way, somehow, we just got stalled on 3rd downs, and we just kept giving the ball back. What else? What was my notes? Like I said, Kendall Fuller, he's just getting cooked, man. He's really getting cooked. I thought Taylor Heineke got that first down before we had to go for it on that 4th and 1. I thought he got the first down. I really did. I thought he got that first down. I thought Ron should have. If Ron wanted to challenge something, he definitely should have challenged that play. That's where I talk about Ron Rivera's decision making, his in-clock management, some of his decision making on challenges and just mental things, mental tests, mental decisions and things like in-game decisions, whether I'm going to go for it on 4th down or not, whether I'm going to challenge this play, clock management, the last 2 minutes of the game or the last 2 minutes of the first half, field position, different things like that. I think he has mental lapses. He really does. He has some decision making that is very questionable. It's very questionable. And I thought he should have challenged that play. Even though the game was kind of out of reach, you still fight to live another down or another day. You still got to fight for your guys. And I thought Taylor Heineke dove and got that first down. Let's look at the team stats here. Let's look at the team stats. How did we do on third downs? The Buffalo Bills were 9 for 15. They were 60% on third downs. Our third downs have been terrible. We were 2 for 11 on third down. 2 for 11. We were just darn bad. Darn bad. The Buffalo Bills had 481 total yards of offense. Let's look at the time of possession here. 122 rushing yards. So we weren't terrible. Our run defense wasn't awful, but they definitely gashed us. They did gash us. The numbers don't look bad, but they definitely gashed us. We had 78 yards on the ground, 3.1 yards per carry. We had 5 penalties. They had 5 penalties. We lost the turnover battle, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble lost. They won the time of possession battle, 35 minutes to 24 minutes. Josh Allen had a heck of a game. He looked like the Josh Allen of last year. We gave him a bounce back game. He was 32 of 43, 358 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, 129.8 quarterback rating. This man had a field day. Out there. Zach Moss, 13 carries for 60 yards. Cole Beasley, 11 catches for 98 yards. Emmanuel Sanders, 5 catches for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, 6 catches for 62 yards. Heineke, he was 14 for 24, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, quarterback rating of 80.6. He only got sacked 1 time. Offensive line wasn't bad. I'll give them their credit. They weren't terrible. They were a lot better. They played a lot better today than I feel like they did in that Chargers game, to be honest with you. I think the best game so far for the offensive line has been the Giants game. Antonio Gibson, 12 carries for 31 yards. So we didn't do great on the ground. But I feel like there were some good plays that we did get from running the football. Defensively, Cole Holcomb had 14 tackles. Kendall Fuller had 10 tackles. Corners don't want to have a whole bunch of tackles. So it just shows how much we were getting cut up and diced up. Jamin Davis had 6 tackles. Chase Young had 3 tackles, 2 solos, no tackles for loss, no sacks. As a whole team, we had 0 sacks on the day. 0 sacks. Josh Allen just sat in the pocket, did what he felt like doing. They got the ball out quick. Cole Beasley over the middle. Dawson Knox over the middle. Everything over the middle was just easy. It was too easy. Everything was super, super easy for Josh Allen today. It was terrible. It was really bad. It was really bad today. It looked like a 7-on-7 passing clinic out there. It really did. It really looked like 7-on-7 flag football, the way Josh Allen was moving the football. So easy out there. So, all right, you guys. Big game against the Falcons, man. The Falcons, I got to watch their game and see what happened. The Giants are 0-3. They're not a good team. We already knew that about the Giants. But right now, we're not a good team either. We're not a good team. We're just not. We're a bad football team right now. We're a bad football team. And Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, they got a lot of soul searching they got to do. A lot of adjustments they got to make. A lot of things got to change, man. A lot of things got to change. A lot of things got to change in this week, man. A lot of things got to change in this week before we play the Falcons. And the Falcons, man, I can't see what before this, I was like, yeah, we're going to beat the Falcons. But now I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see us beating a lot of teams, to be honest with you. I really don't, if we keep playing like the way we did. So the Bills did whatever they felt like doing, man. Not much more to really say. We got a clinic put on, 21-0 to start the game. Then we finally fought back and clawed back. But we got to stop with the slow starts, man. Every time we go out there, we just let a team come out there and put up 14 points or have an easy drive. We let the Giants score on the first drive of the game. We let the Chargers score on the first drive of the game. And we just come out there with a dub. We got to get punched in the mouth to wake up and actually play football. We can't keep doing it. We got to go out there and punch somebody else in the mouth. We got to go out there and Mike Tyson somebody. We keep getting Mike Tyson punched and knocked out. And then we get up. We're trying to fight back. It's too late. So, but yeah, really bad game, man. This is a darn bad game. Measuring stick, and we see where we're at. So, like I said, I'm not giving up on Taylor Heineke. I want to see more from the young man. I really think the guy can play and make some shake. He goes up against a lesser team. The Bills are a good team, man. They went to the AFC Championship last year. I'm not making any excuses, but they're a good team. I want to see. I'm not giving up on Taylor Heineke. I want to see more from him. I think he deserves more of a sample size. Like I said, you're not going to get much more from Kyle Allen. I know a lot of people are yelling for Cam Newton. It is what it is on that. Let's see how he does against the Falcons and the Saints. I think these games, if they step up and make adjustments, the Falcons game is winnable. And the Saints game is winnable. I will say that. I will say they can make some adjustments. I'm being optimistic, but they are winnable games, and this defense looks overrated. It looks bad, man. So, all right, guys, hello, football team. Peace.